Good day, Richwellians. Again, I am Sarah Jane Roswello, your teacher in mathematics in the modern world. So now we are in our second week, and our topic is the mathematics language and symbol. So first, let's define first what is language. So when we say language, it is a systematic way of communication with other people use of sounds or convention symbols. So we all know naman about what is language. So ito yung ginagamit natin to communicate to others. So, kanya-kanya tayo ng language na ginagamit depende sa country na kinabibilangan natin. So, in mathematics, um, meron din tayong tinatawag na language. So, what is the importance of language? So, language was invented to communicate ideas to others. So, kaya nga meron tayong different language para makipag-communicate tayo sa ibang tao. So, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, sa other countries, may kanya-kanyang language which is makakausap natin sila if naiintindihan nila or nata-translate natin yung language nila, um, depende sa pang-unawa natin. And then, language of mathematics was designed. So, ito na, yung language naman ng mathematics na tinatawag natin, was designed for numbers, sets, functions, and to perform operations. So kung may English language, meron din naman tayong tinatawag na math language. Okay, these are the commonly used symbols in mathematics. So yung iba familiar na dito, meron ibang symbol na hindi pa familiar din. So first is the set of the 10 digits. So, itong 10 digits na to is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 na alam naman nating lahat. And, ito kasi yung 10 digits talaga kasi kahit anong numbers naman, let's say 123. So, consist pa rin siya ng yung 9 digits na yun. So, yun pa rin yung bumubuo sa kanya. So, kahit tumaas pa ng tumaas yung number, so, consist pa rin siya nung 9 digits na yan. And then, next is the operations. So, ito ang 4 basic operation natin sa mathematics. Yung addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And then, sa sets, meron din tayong mga ginagamit na symbol. Yung makikita nyo, yung pabaliktad na U, yung pa-letter U, ito yung parang pa-C, and then yung pabaliktad na C, which is mamaya ay malalaman nyo kung ano yung mga ibig sabihin nila. Magbibigay tayo ng example. And then, we also have the symbols or the variables na kung saan ang variables, ito yung mga letters sa alphabet. So, ang pinaka palaging ginagamit na variables is yung X and Y, or sometimes A, B, C din. Pero tandaan, lahat ng letters sa alphabet, yung 26 letters sa English alphabet, is pwede nating gamitin as variable. Kaya lang kasi ito yung pinaka-common na makikita nyo. For example, find x in the equation. So, di ba palaging x yung ginagamit? Pero, tandaan na lahat naman yun ay pwede gamitin. Next is the special symbols, kagaya ng equal. So, alam nyo na lahat kung anong equal. The less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, and pi. So, alam nyo din yung pi, which is 3.1416 and so on. And then next is the number 6 is logic symbols, which is pag-aaralan din natin sa mga susunod naman na week pa. But, ito yung pinaka-common na ginagamit natin sa logic symbols, which is yung nakikita nyo to, yung unang symbol, which is meaning niyan ay negation. And then, yung parang baliktad siya na letter V. So, yung pa letter V, which is ang ibig sabihin niyan, dalawa na yan ay and or. And then, yung arrow na nakaturo sa right side is for if and then. And then, yung arrow sa dulo is yung if and only if. So, kung ita-translate natin siya. And then last is the set notations. So, sa set notations, gumagamit naman tayo ng capital letters naman, which is, capital letters na yan ay may kanya-kanyang equivalent. So, let's say, yung N sa set notations, pag sinabi nating capital letter N, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga natural numbers. When we say natural numbers, these are the numbers that we are using when we are counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And then, the capital letter W naman ay the set of whole numbers. So, eto naman yung mga whole numbers. So, pag nakita nyo naman yan, yung capital letter W, ibig sabihin ay for whole number siya. Ang whole number is the set of that means the counting numbers or natural numbers pero kasama na sa Z0. Yun yung whole numbers. And then yung capital letter Z naman, ginagamit siya for the set of integers. So we all know naman that integers is yung mga negative number, positive, and 0. And yung Q naman is for the set of rational numbers. Q prime is the set of irrational numbers. Capital letter R is the set of real numbers, and C is for the set of complex numbers. So, eto pa yung mga ibang symbol na maaari nyong ma-meet dito sa subject natin or palaging ginagamit sa math. So, nandyan yung mga kanina ko nang ginawang example pero meron din dyang mga wala sa example kanina. So, yung parenthesis niya, open and close, may bracket tayo na tinatawag, may braces, and then sa probability, gumagamit tayo ng factorial, then sa calculus, may integral tayo. Okay, so yan yung mga symbols, iba pang symbols na dapat nyong matandaan or dapat nyong tingnan na may encounter nyo sa math. Okay, next is the grammar of mathematics. The mathematical notation used for formulas has its own grammar, not dependent on a specific natural language but shared internationally by mathematics regardless of their mother languages. So like in English, mathematics is may grammar din na tinatawag. And usually kasi ngayon ay ang mathematics na ay regardless sa mother language na. For example, sa ibang lugar, sa mga probinsya, lalo pag LM pa lang, so inaalaw na ituro yung math using their mother tongue or mother language. Okay, so what are the characteristic of mathematics language? So first we have precise. When we say precise, that means is able to make very fine distinctions. So sa math kasi ay meron tayong exact answer lang, 'di ba? Or precise or tumpak na tinatawag natin, which is isa sa mga characteristic ng math language. And also it is concise or meaning it is able to say things briefly. So yung mahabang words in English, pag tinranslate natin in math language ay napapaiksi natin. And lastly is math language is powerful. So that means it is able to express complex thoughts with relative ease. Then next is variables. So kanina na-explain ko na what is variables. So it is represented by a letter like X and Y. Again, X and Y yung pinaka-useful na variables, but all all letters sa alphabets ay pwede nating gamitin as variable. So ginagamit po natin yung variable to symbol dun sa mga value na hindi pa natin alam. So, nire-represent to nung mga kailangan nating isolve na value. So, let's have some examples of translating words into symbols. So, for example, sa addition, ano ba yung mga word na pwede nating gamitin sa praise bilang symbol ng addition. So, una yung sum. So, we all know that sum is the answer natin in addition or in adding two or more numbers. So, for example, the sum of 5 and x. So, pag sinulat natin siya into math symbol, we have 5 plus x. The word increase. So, yung pag nakita nyo yung word na to, which is increase, that means addition din yung operation. For example, a number is increased by 5. So, pag translate natin, we have n plus 5. And then, yung word na more than is for addition also. 5 more than a number. So, we have n plus 5. Okay, next is for subtraction. Ito naman yung mga words na ginagamit natin to translate or to indicate na subtraction yung gagamitin nating symbol. Next, first is difference. The difference between a number and 5. So, if we translate it into symbol, we have n minus 5. Next is the word decrease. So, decrease, babawasan. So, we have a number decreased by 5. So, we will have n minus 5. Okay? So, a number decreased by 5 is written as n minus 5. And mag-iingat po sa paggamit ng subtraction symbol kasi minsan sa subtraction di siya pwedeng magbaliktad yung numbers and variable. Next is the word less than. So, ginagamit din yung less than for subtraction. So, we have 5 less than a number. And then, the word minus is also for subtraction. 5 minus a number. Okay, next is for multiplication. We will use the word product, such as the product of 8 and a number. So, if we write that, we have 8 times n. Okay, tandaan nyo dito sa mga examples natin, sa subtraction, sa addition, and so on, yung a number, nirepresent ko siya as variable na n. Pero kayo, pwede nyo naman gamitin yung ibang letters. Pero n na yung ginamit ko. Kasi para mas madali, since any number naman yun. Okay, so we will have the product of 8 and a number. So, sa multiplication, pwede kasing asterisk, di ba? Yung symbol na gamitin. O kaya yung pa-x, that means times. O kaya naman yung iba ay yung dot, shaded dot, that means multiplication also. But kapag ka variable and number yung given, pwedeng pagtabihin nyo na lang, ibig sabihin pa rin nun ay multiplication. Next is the word times, such as 8 times a number. And also the word of. So, word of means also multiplication. So, 1/3 of a number. So, yung 1/3, i-times daw sa number. Or pwede natin siyang i-simplify, i-multiply natin yung numerator na 1 kay n, which is n over 3. Copy lang the denominator. And then next is for division, we have the word quotient. So, quotient means divide. So, we have the quotient of a number and 8. So, that means n over 8. So, ang division naman, pag nilagay natin sa symbol, di ba, yung division symbol natin, pero pwede din natin gamitin yung gawin natin siyang pa-fraction form. Kasi ang fraction form, that means division yung operation. And the next is yung word na divided. Let's say, a number divided by 6. Ito yung sinasabi ko, ito pa yung isang symbol ng division. So, pwede nyong gawing pa-fraction form or use the division symbol. So, let's have more examples pa. Let's say 10 more than a number. Sulat natin siya daw as symbol. So, we will have 10 plus n. Or, sabi ko nga, pag addition, pwedeng magkabaliktad. So, pwede rin siya as n plus 10. Next is 7 times a number. So, we have 7, ita-times natin sa number. Let's say si number ay si n muna. We will have 7n. Next, para naman ang given ay math symbol. Gawin naman daw natin siyang phrase or sentence. So, we will have n, a number, decreased by 11. Or pwede rin naman na pag nauna yung 11, And then minus n is 11 decreased by a number. Next is we have 6 more than twice y. So translate natin into symbol. We will have 6, yung more than ay addition. And then yung twice y, ibig sabihin dalawang beses or times natin daw si y kay 2. Kasi yung word na twice, ibig sabihin ay 2, ba? Diba? So we will have 6 plus 2y. Since addition to, pwede ulit siyang magkabaliktad. So pwede siyang 2y plus 6. And then next example, we have 10 times the sum of a number and 4. So pag dinranslate natin to into symbol, we will have 10 times 10 times daw natin sa sum ng number and 4. Ang sum ay addition. So we will have n plus 4. And then if we multiply it by 10, pwede lagyan nyo na lang ng open and close parenthesis kasi that means ay multiplication pa rin. Next is, if we have 3n minus 1, gawin naman nating phrase or words. So we will have the difference between 3 times a number and 1, or pwede rin namang 3 times a number minus 1. Next, the product of 10 and the cube of a number. When we say cube, that means i-raise natin siya to 3. Kasi kapag squared, i-raise sa 2. Kapag fourth power, i-raise sa 4. So we will have the product of 10. So when we say product is multiplication. So that means 10 times. So a number, i-represent ulit natin siya as n. Yung cube niya is n raised to 3. Or pwede na nating tanggalin yung multiplication symbol. Pwede na siyang i-simplify as 10n cube. Next, the product of the difference of number and 2. So product, that means multiplication ulit tayo. But makikita nyo medyo mahaba to. So that means kailangan nyo muna talagang i-analyze. So una, yung difference of number muna. So when we say difference, subtraction. So si number, let's say n siya. Difference of number and 2 is n minus 2. And then, yung sum naman ng square ng number at 5 is n squared plus 5. And then, sabi nga, product nilang dalawa, that means ipag-multiply nyo yung dalawa. So, lagyan nyo lang ng open and close parenthesis both. Next is the quotient of 4 increased by a number and 6. So, pag quotient naman, that means division. So, pwedeng gamit tayo dito ng fraction. So, 4 increased by a number, when we say increase, addition. So, 4 plus n over 6. Kasi nga ay division. So, gamit tayo ng fraction form. Okay, next part ng lesson natin, or the second part ng lesson natin is the language of sets. So, what do you mean by set? So, when we say set, it is a well-defined collection of objects. It is usually presented by capital letters. So, pag sinabi nating set, nire-represent siya ng capital letter. The object that belong in a set are the elements or members of the set. So, pag sinabi nating elements, ito yung mga number na kabilang sa isang set. Let's say we have set A. Ang set A daw natin ay consists of A, B, C, D, E. So, yung letter A, siya si capital letter, that means set siya. And then, yung letters A, B, C, D, E, siya yung bumubuo sa set, that means tinatawag natin siyang elements. So, si set B naman, ang elements naman daw niya ay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, sets are denoted by braces and commas. So, para malalaman daw natin ng sets kapag nakakita kayo ng mga braces and commas. So, yung symbol na color pink po sa makikita nyo dyan as braces. Tinatawag nating braces. Iba po yung open and close parenthesis. Next, if F, S is a set, the notation X, yung makikita nyong color blue dito, that means that X is an element of S. Yung pink naman, that means X is not an element of S. So, yung symbol na parang pa-letter E, ibig sabihin niya element. And then, yung E na may slash ay not an element naman yung ibig sabihin. So, ano yung ibig sabihin ng element? So, gaya ng sabi ko, pag sinabi nating element, kasama siya sa set. Let's say, meron tayong set B. Si set B daw ay may elements na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we can say daw that 1 is an element of B because kasama si 1 doon sa set ng B natin. But, we cannot say daw that 7 is an element of B kasi wala naman siya 7. So, dapat ang lalagay natin na symbol ay yung for not element, which is 7 is not element of B. Same as number 2, since number 2 ay kasama sa set B, that means 2 is an element of B. But since si 8 ay wala, 8 is not an element of B. So, another example, when we say C is all the positive even numbers from 1 to 20, when we say even numbers, these are the numbers that can be divided by 2, diba? Let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, up to 20, kasi from 1 to 20 daw. So, we can say that 4 is an element of set C, kasi si set C, kabilang doon si 4. And also, we can say that 12 is an element of C, since kasama sa set ng C, si 12. But 5 is not an element of C and 11 is not also an element of C since wala namang 5 and 11 sa ating given set. Okay, set of all integers from 1 to 100. Kapag sobrang dami, hindi nyo na kailangang ilista lahat or isulat lahat. For example, pinalalagay sa inyo yung set of all integers from 1 to 10. Sobrang haba nun kasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on up to 100. So, pwedeng gawin nyo na lang, maglagay kayo ng ilang numbers, pwedeng 1 to 3 lang or 1 to 4, and then gamit kayo ng tatlong sunod na dot na tinatawag natin yung symbol na yon as ellipsis, and binabasa natin siya as and so forth. So, maririnig nyo dati sa mga math teachers nyo pag sinabi and so on, so forth. So, ibig sabihin nun ay ellipses. Next is way of describing a set. Meron tayong 3 ways to describe a set. First is yung list or roster method. Next is the set builder notation. And last is the interval notation. So, isa-isahin natin. So, list or roster method, we use notation where all members of set are listed between braces. So, eto very simple lang. Pag sinabi nating list or roster method, from the word list itself, ililista lang natin. So, let's say, D is set of all integers from 1 to 15. Ano-ano ba yung mga integers from 1 to 15? Ililista nyo lang siya. So, we will have D or set D is equal to, so, sulat nyo lang lahat ng elements na kabilang from integers from 1 to 15. Then, yun ay answer natin. Yan ang example ng list or roster method. Naglilist lang tayo. Next, another example. For set E, we will have set of all vowels in the English alphabet. So, ano-ano ba yung mga vowels natin sa English alphabet? So, lilista nyo lang din siya. We have A, E, I, O, N, U. So, yun yung mga vowels kasi natin. Next is the set builder notation. Sa set builder notation naman, characterize daw to of all those elements in set by stating the property or properties they must have to be a member. So, sa set builder notation, ganito yung way niya ng pagsulat. So, for example, makikita nyo, set Q daw is an element of X such that, so yung makikita nyo na parang line na yon is, ang basa natin doon is such that. So, pagbabasahin natin to, X is an element of Q such that X is an even number less than or equal to 10. So, ano-ano daw ba yung mga even number na mas mababa or equals sa 10? So, pag sinabi natin even numbers, again, these are the numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8. Since hanggang 10 daw or equal to 10, pwedeng isama natin si 10. So, ano-ano yung numbers na yun? Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Another example, X is an element of R such that X is an odd positive integers less than 7. So, ano naman daw yung mga positive integers na mas mababa sa 7. Add positive integers. When we say add naman, we have 1, 3, 5. So, ano yung mga positive integers na mas mababa sa 7? 1, 3, and 5 lang. Di natin pwedeng isama si 7 kasi sabi less than nga. Wala namang sinabi na less than or equal to 7. Okay. Next, another example, sum set builder notations. Ganito naman siya nakasulat. Let's have x is an element of S such that x is greater than to -3 but less than 8. So, ibig sabihin, dapat daw ang mga elements na gagawin nyo sa set S natin ay mga numbers na mas mataas kay -3 pero mas mababa kay 8. Ano-ano bang number yon? Anong number mas mataas kay -3? So, pwede si -2 o kaya si 1, si 0. Pero, hindi pwede si 9 kasi mas mataas na siya kay 8. So, dapat di lalagpas sa 8. So, we will have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, next is last natin na way ay interval notation. So, interval notation naman, pag nakita nyo yung symbol na bracket, that means closed circle siya pagka ginawang graph. So, ibig sabihin yan ay greater than or equal or less than or equal. Kapag ka naman yung parenthesis, greater than or less than siya, so pag dinrawing naman natin siya into graph, open lang yung circle niya. So, yung bracket, ibig sabihin daw ay included. At yung parenthesis, that means not included. So, para mas maunawaan, magbigay tayong example. So, let's have okay. Pag nakita nyo to, we have bracket 3 and then 7 bracket. Ibig sabihin, pagka ganyan yung interval notation, since sabi ko kanina kapag bracket included siya, ibig sabihin kasama si 3 dun sa element. So, simula tayo sa 3, 4, 5, 6 hanggang 7. Kasama pa rin si 7 kasi nga bracket din yung nasa dulo niya. Ibig sabihin, kasama si number 7. How about this one, yung second given natin? Okay, since parenthesis yung ginamit, that means hindi natin pwedeng isama si 1. Sabi nga dito, pag parenthesis, not included yung number. So, start na agad tayo sa susunod kay 1, which is 2. So, 2, 3, 4, and kasama si 5 since yung nasa dulo ng 5 ay bracket. That means belong or included si 5. And then next, we have bracket 10. So, that means kasama si 10. Mag-start daw tayo kay 10. And then, up to 16, pero si 16 ay hindi included. So, putol tayo dapat or stop tayo kay 15. Okay, eto naman parehong parenthesis ginamit. Ibig sabihin, hindi kasama si -3, hindi din kasama si 3. So, ano-anong numbers yung nasa pagitan nila? We have -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so yung last part natin ay example na siya ng 4 integers kasi may positive and negative na tayo. Okay, ano naman yung tinatawag nating cardinality of a set? So, cardinality refers to the number of elements in a set. So, ganun lang kasimple pag sinabi natin cardinality. It is denoted by, so yung A na nakapaloob sa 2 lines or pwede namang N, open and close parenthesis A. So, pag nakita niyo yung dalawang symbol na yan, dapat alam niyo na yung ibig sabihin niyan ay cardinality. Very simple lang. Pag sinabi natin cardinality ng set, yung bilang ng element sa loob ng set, ilan lahat yung element sa set. Let's say, for example, meron tayo ditong set Z or Z. So, bilangin nyo, ilan yung element sa set natin? 1, we have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ilan lahat yon? 9. So, that means ang cardinality ng set natin is equal to 9. So, pag sinulat nyo lang yon, kung ano yung name ng set natin, yun yung gagamitin yung letter, lagyan nyo lang ng 2 guhit sa front and back. That means cardinality na yon. Okay, how about U? So, set U daw natin all vowels in the English alphabet. Ilan ba yung vowels sa English alphabet? Bilangin nyo lang, A, B, C, D, and E. So, 5. So, that means ang cardinality ng set U natin ay 5. So, simple as that. Again, cardinality, yung bilang ng elements natin sa ating set. Next is the finite or finite set. Finite sets are sets which has elements that could all possibly listed or counted. So, kapag finite set, ito yung mga element ay nakaya pa nating bilangin yung cardinality or element. Let's say sa Z natin, we have negative 10, negative 9, negative 8, 7, and negative 6. So, ilan yung cardinality natin or ilan yung element natin? 5. So, finite set siya. Let's say you are all constant in the English alphabets. Ilan ba yung constant sa English alphabet? Kung 26 lahat yon, 5 yung vowels, that means 21 yung consonant natin, nabibilang pa rin siya. Pag infinite set naman or infinite sets, these are the sets whose elements could not all be positively listed or counted. Mabilis niyong matatandaan tong infinite or infinite kasi ginagamitan siya ng ellipsis or tatlong tuldok. That means, hindi na natin mabibilang kasi sobrang dami. Let's say, W is set of whole numbers. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on hanggang mag-millions, billions, trillions. And then, let's say you are sets of integers. Ang integers din ay super dami or super haba din. So, example sila ng infinite sets. Hindi na natin siya kayang bilangin. Okay, next. What is null set? So, when we say null set, it is a set with no elements. Kapag ang set naman daw ay walang elements, tinatawag siyang null set or sometimes tawag sa kanya ay empty set. Pag nakita nyo yung symbol na bilog na may slash, gaya nito, ibig sabihin null set siya. O kaya naman, kung ayaw nyo nung circle na may slash, minsan ginagamit din yung dalawang braces, open and close na braces. That means null set siya, walang laman yung set natin. So example, W is a null set, X is an empty set, or U is all integers between 4 and 5. So, si set U daw ay all integers between 4 and 5. May integers ba sa pagitan ng 4 and 5? Wala, kasi magkasunod sila. So, that means, walang element yung U natin. That means, empty set siya or null set. Next is the equality of sets. Ito, very easy lang din. Let A and B be sets. If both A and B have the same elements, then A is equal to B. Pag sinabi nating equality naman ng sets, equal sila. Ibig sabihin, pareho yung element nila. Let's say si set A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Si set B, 1, 4, 2, 3. Despite of their arrangement, kahit ano pa yung maunang order dyan, basta same na same yung elements nila, equal sila ibig sabihin. Next is the intersection of sets. Pag sinabi naman nating intersection of sets, so ito yung sinasabi ko kaninang symbol na pabaliktad na letter U, ibig sabihin yan intersection. So, set containing the elements there are in both A and B. So, para mas maintindihan nyo ano yung intersection, let's have an example. So, for example, given natin si set A na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Si set B ay 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pag sinabi nating intersection or yung letter U na pabaliktad ang symbol, ano daw yung element na meron kay A na meron din kay set B? So, ano-ano ba yung numbers na meron kay A na makikita rin kay set B? Okay, very good. Yung numbers na 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, ang A intersection of B, pag ginawa nating symbol, ganito siya, yung naka-red, is equal to 3, 4, and 5. Kasi yun yung common number sa dalawa nating set. Yun yung merong same sila pareho. Yun yung tinatawag nating intersection ng sets. Pagka din-drawing natin siya sa Venn diagram, let's say yung blue circle, siya si A natin. So, ano-anong numbers or elements yun? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa purple naman, si B, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ang intersection nila, ano yung mga numbers na same pareho sila meron? Ito yung nasa middle, we have 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's have another example. We have intersection of sets. Let's say C is equal to SARHJNE and D is SEBATIN. Again, pag sinabi nating intersection, Okay, sorry, mali lang yung nalagay ko dito. Dapat to ay intersection ni C and D. So, palitan nyo na lang yan. Or i-note nyo na lang na C intersection of B to. So, ano daw letters ang meron sa set C natin na makikita din natin kay set D? So, letter S meron. Si A pareho ding meron. Si N meron din. And then also si E. So, S, A, N, and E yung answer natin. Okay. So, intersection of sets, meron tayong tinatawag na joint sets. These are the sets with at least one common element. Kapag ka daw ang set A and set B or dalawang set ay may common element, so, joint sets siya. Kapag wala namang common element sa dalawa, ibig sabihin, disjoint sets siya. There are no elements in common. Okay, so pagka ganyan, ibig sabihin, intersection niya ay null. Null sets or empty kasi wala namang magkamukhang element sa dalawa. Next is union of sets. The union of sets A and B written A parang pa letter UB is the set of all the elements that are in both A and B or in both A and B. So kanina sa intersection, ang kinukuha natin, ano yung numbers or letters na parehong nasa dalawang set. Dito naman, pinagko-combine naman natin yung dalawang set. Yun yung union. Ang symbol niya naman ay letter U. For example, ang numbers natin sa set A ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa set B ay 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ang union nila, pag pinag-combine natin, okay, sorry, pabaliktad na yung nalagay ko, which is intersection. So, dapat ito ay pa letter U kasi union yung pinag-uusapan. Na-typo na naman ako, sorry. So, we will have anong numbers, combine nyo lang. Pag may naulit, isang beses nyo pa rin siya isusulat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since may 3, 4, 5 na, wag nyo na siyang i-write. Duktong nyo na lang si 6 and 7. Again, pag sinabi nating union of sets, pagsamahin lahat ng element sa set na given. So, another example, we have sa set C, we have S, A, R, H, J, and E. Sa set D ay S, E, B, A, T, I, N. So, again, union of sets, i-combine lang daw natin. Okay, again, nagka-typo ulit ako dito. Dapat ay pa letter U yon since union yung pinag-uusapan. Okay, so, combine natin yung mga letters. So, letter S, A, R, H, J, N, E, B, T, and I. Okay, so bago tayo mag-proceed sa complement, linawin ko lang kasi medyo marami akong typo kanina. Kapag ka sinabi nating intersection, ang symbol niya pabaliktad na U. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga common elements ng dalawang set. Kapag ka naman union, pinagsasama yung elements ng dalawang set. Ang symbol naman ng union ay letter U. Next is the complement of a set. When we say complement of a set, written siya as a complement. So, yung set natin, magkakaroon siya ng parang comma or apostrophe. So, it is a set of elements in the universal set that are not in set A. So, for example, meron daw tayong universal set na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, meron tayong set A na 2, 5, 7. Sa set B ay 1, 7, 8, 9. Sa set C ay 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Sa set D ay null set or walang element. So, paano natin makukuha yung complement daw ng A? Pag nakita nyo yung symbol na A, then may apostrophe, that means complement ng set A. Ang complement ng set A, tingnan nyo muna yung set A natin, 2, 5, 7. Pagka kinuha natin complement niyan, ibig sabihin, ano-anong numbers sa universal set natin, yung naka-color orange, yun yung universal set natin. Ano-ano daw number dyan, yung wala sa set A. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng complement ng A. Ano-anong numbers yon? So, 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. How about complement of B? Ano naman daw numbers ang kasama sa universal set pero wala sa set B? So, ano-ano yon? Numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. How about ang complement naman ng C? Pag sinabi naman natin complement ng C, ano-ano yung numbers na nandun sa universal set natin na wala sa set C? So we have 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9. And then last naman ay complement of D or set D. Ano naman daw yung wala sa set D na nasa universal set? Since null set or empty set natin si D, ibig sabihin wala siyang element. So ang kabaligtaran naman niya or complement niya, ibig sabihin lahat naman ng nasa universal set. Okay? So next is the difference of two sets. When we say difference of two sets naman is the set of elements that are not elements of B. In symbol, it is written as A minus B. Kung kanina sa intersection, ano yung common element nila? Sa complement naman, ano yung element ng, for example, complement ni A, element ni A na wala na nasa universal set pero wala sa set A. So dito naman sa difference of two sets, ang ginagawa naman natin, ano yung sets or ano yung mga elements na wala na kay A na wala kay B. Let's say kay A, set A natin ay 1 2 3 4 5. Si B ay 3 4 5. Ano daw mga numbers sa A natin yung wala kay set B? So numbers 1 and 2. So, yun na yung answer natin. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng difference of two sets. Okay, let's have another example. For set C, we have SARHJNE. For set D, we have SEBTIAN. So, again, when we say difference of two sets, C minus D. Ano daw sa set C ang wala sa set D? So, ano-ano ba yon? Meron tayong S, meron tayong E, meron tayong okay, sorry, kulang pala ako dito. So, dapat meron din tayong letter R, H, and J. Since yung R, H, and J ay wala siya kay set D. Pero na kay set A siya. Okay, so that's all for this week's lesson. So, thank you so much and keep safe everyone. Again, I am Sarah Jane Tirasuelo, your teacher in mathematics in the modern world. Bye-bye!